Man, this heat. I can't beat the heat. Can't beat the heat. However y'all beating it, man, y'all let me know. Shoot me an email. Tell me how you beating the heat. Alright, yeah, man, if you got any documents you want to drop on me, man, you don't want to drop them on this, well registered, well observed platform of YouTube, just shoot them to music at 432thedrop.com. Music at 432thedrop.com. This is not really a part 3 to the Homozaka joint, but it is a continuation. So, go ahead and check those joints out, part 1 and 2. Part 2 is literally loading right now, so I just dropped it. So it hasn't dropped to you yet, but when you get it, check it out, and then check this out, or whatever. Surf whatever version of the wave you want. You will find your destination. Now, Mazaka, Kazar, Caesar. Again, I didn't know when I was ordering Caesar salads, and I love me a Caesar salad. You have a good meal, get you a Caesar salad, right? It's a Kazar salad. Remember that. Kazar is Caesar. Now, this whole joint leading to this Moche, this Peru, this South America, and you'll know it when you check out those first 2 joints. When we read it right out the book of Josephus, in chapter 6, book 1, chapter 6, Josephus, Antiquity of the Jews. He drops about the Mazaka, right? So he says, all right, now the people from the Greeks come from Javan, all right, that's where the Grecians come from. Then he goes down into Mosochini, Mosocheni. All right, pull this joint up again right quick. Right quick. All right. It's the Antiquity of the Jews, chapter 6. It should look like this. All right. I just want to get it for you quickly. All right. So he says the Mosochini were founded by Mosoch. So this is being put off as a son of Japhet. I'm just throwing out the possibility that this is some more trickery, that this is not a son of Japhet, but in actuality is Moses. I know, it sounds crazy. I just got to say it like that. I don't mind being wrong. But something's going on with this Mosoch. Something's being wrong. They're hiding something about this Moche. But we're going to get into it. Alright, we'll get into it. So, the only reason I started looking into Mazaka and why there could be a connection between Mazaka and Moche, Moses, is Josephus. Josephus says Mosochini were founded by Mosoch. M-O-S-O-C-H. Right there you see Moses, but I put it off because I'm like, no way. Right? Mosoch. M-O-S-O-C-H. Now they're called the Cappadocians. Okay. So he's the founder of the Cappadocians. There's also a mark on their ancient denomination. A mark. This is what Josephus is saying almost 2,000 years ago. He says there's a mark on their ancient denomination still to be showed. So this is a prophecy, damn near, right? He's prophesying that something's coming. So there's a mark on this ancient denomination of Mosoch still to be showed, for there is even now among them a city called Mazaka. And here's what got me interested. He says, which may inform those that are able to understand that so was the entire nation once called. And this is all in you pull it up, Antiquity of the Jews, Flavius Josephus, book 1, chapter 8. So then we took that and we said, oh, shit, what you trying to say, right? You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get to the bottom of this Mazaka. Then all this drop started coming to the forefront. Alright. Then we researched Mazaka, man, came up with this other resource, The Tower of Babel, The Cultural History of Our Ancestors by Bodhi Hodge. And what's Bodhi Hodge talking? What are we saying here? Actually, I'm going to go to this other one first. So much drop. Keep mixing it up. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Hope I didn't close the link. Where's the link on? Okay, okay. We got him. We got him. We back. Alright, so this link Tower of Babel, the cultural history of our ancestors, alright? And it only gives us one page to really resource on this Mochica as far as on the preview. So we get this thing, this map, and it says brief history down here. Map of Moche. Moche. So they spell it M-E-S-H. Moche. You see how this name is hidden in Mochica, in Mosoch, but they hid it in a son of Japheth. But, alright, we're just going to read it. Let me get the one part of it. It's a couple different sources. I want to go back to back with them, so hold up right quick. I'll get this other one out. Woo! Some drop. Come on. Where you hiding? Where are you hiding? No. My bad, I'm almost there. I can feel it. More drop. Mochica. More drop. Come on. Thank you for your patience. Hope you got some tea while I've had to find what I had to find. Alright, so I keep seeing this Mochica, and I'll just read a little bit. I dropped this already in the other two parts, alright? I pulled up this link. This is actually from The Making of Christian Communities in Late Antiquity in the Middle Ages by Mark F. Williams, right? So we dropped this link a couple different times already. Mosoch the founder. Mosoch the founder, why are they calling him Mosoch the founder, right? So it says Philostrosius, which is a theologian, wrote another ecclesiastical history, which is a church history. It's not a biblical history, it's a church history. When you hear ecclesiastical, they're talking about the church history, the Roman church mingled history with the Greek mythology and everything else that they syncretized. So the Mosoch, the founder, it says, in the early 5th century, Philostrosius wrote another ecclesiastical history, a church history. Philostrosius was a native of Cappadocia, which is Mosoch, and grew up in the shadows of the great Mosoch founders. So even though this person grew up around the Mosoch founders, which they're going to say themselves were Shemitic, he didn't want to buy into that. He wanted to believe the illusion, or he had some play in it, right? Either he didn't want to believe it, or he had some other agenda. I want to say he had another agenda. So it says Philostrosius was a native of Cappadocia, which is Mosoch, and grew up in the shadows of the great Cappadocian fathers, which are the Mosoch founder, or Mosochini. Despite their preeminence, Philostrosius did not embrace their version of Orthodox theology. So what they're calling Orthodox theology are just the foundational legends that we've dropped already. Instead, he and his family accepted the doctrines of Eunomius. So they accepted a doctrine outside of what the foundational legends were saying. Philostrosius grew up around the Cappadocian fathers, so he knew the drop, but he decided to go another way. Alright, so he and his family accepted the doctrine of Eunomius, another Cappadocian theologian who Basil and Gregory and Nyssa would personally discredit and vilify. Nor did Philostrosius remain in Cappadocia, so he left Mosoch, since eventually he moved to Constantinople, right? That's Istanbul. So he went from one part of Turkey to another part of Turkey, right? But we're also finding this stuff here in America. So it's like replicas over there, a replica Jerusalem, a replica this, a replica that, right? This is the old world. Let's see what we have. Well, let's see what we got. In his ecclesiastical history, church history, Philostrosius was hence both economical and local. He included many tidbits of odd information about biblical events and the Roman Empire, and he was interested in legends about Cappadocia or Mosoch. When he mentioned Mochica, the original name for the city that eventually became Caesarea or Caesarea, like I said, Caesar is Caesar. Caesar salad is a Caesar salad. He noted that his name was derived from Mosoch, the founder of Cappadocia. Listen up. Mosoch is an intriguing primal ancestor. They're calling Moses an intriguing primal ancestor. Well, isn't he? His name suggests some sort of Semitic derivation. Bottom of the page. Pause it, read it. Bottom of the page. Okay. Mosoch, Moses, is an intriguing primal ancestor. His name suggests some sort of Semitic derivation. His name seems like it derives from the line of Shem, even though it's being listed in the lineage of Japheth. But only Josephus wanted to kind of give us the breadcrumbs, because like I said, he doesn't seem like he wanted to destroy it all, but he damn sure had to mix it all up for Caesar. So what did he drop? So we can one day wake up and link it back, because he knew about the prophecy. Because he's in Judea. He's saying this from Judea. He says, and the Mosochini were founded by Mosoch. This is Josephus chapter 6, book 1. Mosochini were founded by Mosoch. Now they are the Cappadonians. There's also a mark on their ancient denomination still to be showed, for there is even now among them a city called Mochica, which may inform those that are able to understand. There's among them today a city called Mochica, which may inform those that are able to understand. So when you research Mochica, you're going to understand that the Caesarea that came out of it is the hijack. Now, why am I interested in this? Is this Turkey? Is this the old world? Or did we just find a map showing the dispersion of the descendants of Mosoch? It says map of Moche. As you said, Mosche, Moche, map of Moche. So when you see Moche, let me just show you something right quick, man. Let me just show you something right quick, man. Where's my etymologies again? Where is my etymologies? Because I don't think y'all understand me. So I'm going to go get my etymologies on you. Right quick, right fast. Alright. Okay. Here we go. Etymologies. Alright. Etymology of Caesarea. When you looked up Caesarea, you get, it says right there in parentheses, Caesarea in Cappadocia. So we're talking about the same place. Caesarea was later named Caesarea. Now, Caesarea was originally called Mochica or Mozoch by the Haitians or Haitians. See the etymology? Read it. Now it doesn't. You take that I out. You put the I in. You got Haitian, right? Haitian. But we know that our indigenous people did not call themselves Haitian, right? Was that the indigenous name of the place, right? But these people are also being called Haitians without the I, and was known as Strabo. But Mochica is being called Mochica originally by Haitians. So I said, nah. I would need some more substantiating evidence to truly say that the people in Haiti are calling this place Mochica in Turkey. Why would the people in Haiti be calling Mochica first if Mochica's in Turkey? Why would the people of the New World, this is really the New World, but you can call it the Old World because you're conditioned. So why would the people of the well, I had that mixed. This is the Old World, but you can call it the New World by condition. Why would the people of the New World be naming cities in the Old World, right? Unless this was happening here. So I researched, is this shit happening here? And then I got this map where it says map of the descendants of Mosche. Mosche, Moses, Moche. And right there you can read it. Just try to pause it and read all that stuff in the rectangle. Pause it. Alright. Now on this side, alright, that side, it says much of the modern Russia, parts of modern Georgia, and the Caucasus region, Huns, ancient Mochica, Mosoch, Moche, Moche, and Muscovy, and Cappadocia. Then it says Moscow reflects the old name, possibly migration as far as South America. They just put South America in play for the origin of Mochica or Mosoch or Moses. We just said Peru is Yoru, Heru, Jerusalem. Jerusalem, the P is silent the same way the J don't exist, right? So you drop the P, you drop the J, you got Jerusalem. It was the center of what they were calling Atlantis, which that's the fallen angel hijack. Atlantis is named after Atlas, the first son of Poseidon. It means multiple continents. Atlantis is multiple continents of this fallen angel called Atlas. But calling it Atlantis, you're calling it after a fallen angel. So what was it called before that? What was it called before that? Before it was called Atlantis. Was it called America before it was called Atlantis? I mean, you're going back a long way. Alright, so I'll let you dig. But notice how Moscow, they're saying, is named after Moses. Moscow's named after Moses? It may be, right? But they're calling it a son of JPEG. Alright? But my man Josephus just saying, hey man, there's more to this thing. For that, those that are going to understand, so was the entire nation once called. I don't know. So, much of modern Russia, parts of modern Georgia, and the Caucasus region, Huns, ancient Mochica, Mosoch, Moche, Mochica, Muscovy, and Cappadocia. Moscow reflects the old name, possibly migration as far as South America. Then it says possibly the Moche, M-O-C-H-E, Moche, and cultures in South America, and the now dead Mochica languages in Peru. Then you go back go back to the last part when we drop that they also say that this author of the other book, Tower of Babel, is also saying that this Mochica language just went extinct 100 years ago. And that book was published in 2013. So they can't figure it out because the language went extinct in the 1900s? Or let's say that was a revised, part of the same book that may have came out in the 1700s. So you're saying that the Mochica language, the language of these people, these Shemitic people speaking their Shemitic language, that went out of style in what, 1600s? So either way, it went out of style once the invaders came. Where's the Maya? The invaders killed most of them. The Negro was almost made extinct. The Negro ain't African, or else they wouldn't be saying in the 1600s that the Negro was almost made extinct by the 300 million slaughtered. And your family was fighting with them. But now you want to just claim Africa and forget your land, your gold, your heritage, Mosoch, Moses, everything that's here. They're naming shit over there that's here. They named Egypt over there, but Egypt was here first. We hear stuff like, oh, the white people messed up the Africans first, and then they messed up the Americans too. Nah, you don't understand. The energy that we're talking about first jammed us up here in America. That's your Atlantis. That's your Egypt. That was sunk, and then they went to Kemet and set up the 18th dynasty. Then they jammed up the Cometians, the indigenous Cometians, with fallen angel slave vibration. Then they came back here and jammed us up. Now they're still going back and jamming up more of our indigenous Cometians' land. We're all being, wiggled around here under the slave vibration, but that shit is over, right? Our time is up, right? Now you're gonna hear a couple of this drop. I'm gonna drop this video. It's gonna drop to you, about, another one of these Christian guys, and he has some drop I want to share about some of the star shit, stuff that's coming out right now. A lot of stuff is being Information is everywhere. Righteous people have information. Unrighteous people got information. So you got to catch the drop. You got to, you know, get the babies out the bathwater right now. First, you got to empty your cup and realize you don't know shit. We just kind of came into this awakening, but it had to take a certain point. The Mayans actually had it right when they said December 21st, 2012. They were saying that at the very end of 2012, there's going to be 2013. And when you're in 2013, what happened? According to the Maya Baktun, that it wasn't 400 years of captivity as people try to add up, you know, the beginning of slavery, 1619 to 2019. That's 400 years, so we got 3 more years to go. Nah, man, it was 394. So you got to subtract from that 2019 6 years, right? It's 394, not 400. And you go down to 2013. Now you tell me when that first Lex Will video is popping out. Is it not like June 2012? So that brother had to drop before really everyone started waking up. That's cold. I woke up around that time in 2013. They say this kid Messiah was born in 2013 as a sign. And you're asking us, what's the solution for the black man, for the Negro? Get out of your slavery. Walk out of their cities. King Drop, how does the black man get free? Leave their cities. Go home. What's your solution? 432 to drop. Go home. But I don't know how to survive in the wilderness. That's your fucking fault, man. Whose fault is it that you continue to be spoiled today when information is on YouTube that I'm going to start dropping of how to survive in the wilderness? Get the information and go. How long would it take you? To save your family, how long does a crash course of wilderness survival take? Can you do it in 3 weeks? Well, then in 3 weeks, you should be gone. You ain't waiting for me. You ain't waiting for nobody. You ain't got to wait for nobody. You need to get out while it gets good. And I got to do the same, right? So let me do me, you do you. And those that are rocking with me are rocking with me. All right? So you got JPEG. You got all this stuff. We're going to get to this video. Is there anything else I want to drop? Just at the bottom, you can read that again. You can read all that again. Pause it. Middle paragraph says, Mosche and variant names such as Mochera, Moksha, Mochca, Mochica, the language Mochica, Moche, M-O-C-H-E. I mean, do you not see Moses or you don't? You see Moche or you don't see Moche? I see Moche. So I'm saying bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on Genesis 10. On the authors that retranslated it in Babel and gave us the Biblios and changed our stuff too. They changed the Tanakh. They changed the Torah. They switched people in different lineages. They hid the descendants of Moses that we can connect to today to understand we're indigenous here and everything happened here, and they hid it all under the name of Zaka. And Josephus said, what? Josephus said, who? Josephus said, which may inform those that are able to understand that so was the entire nation once called. Is he talking about the entire nation of Mazaka? Is he talking about the entire nation, you know? Alright. I mean, that's a lot. Now we can fall back a little bit. And just to hit this one more time on the head, you can pick up that link. It's the Iranica Online, iranicaonline.org. And it says the long-term policy was formulated in the early 4th century. So we're talking about that same time around Constantine and the Council of Nicaea by Eusebius of Caesarea or Caesarea, which is Mochica, right? But this was after the hijack. So that's how you see when it was hijacked. When you see Caesarea, then you know it was hijacked. When it goes back to Mosoch, the founder, the foundational legend, Moche. Moshini is the language. Moche, his language is Moshini. That's what they're calling it after the great Moses, right? Before it said all that remains of him is his reputation. I'm like, well, I didn't know about him, so his reputation doesn't make sense unless he's Moses. Then his reputation precedes him. And then it plainly says all that remains other than his obscure connection to Mazaka You know, it's his reputation and name. Well, I'm seeing Moses in all kind of movies, right? So his reputation precedes him. This is Mosoch the founder. Why was he so important? That Josephus had to make that and say, well, you know, if you're going to understand, you're going to understand. Unless it was Moses. And they're hiding him in Japhet. So that we today can wake up and connect our lineage to the Semitic language. Remember they said everything was derived from that in the etymology. I'll read it again. Out the book, The Making of Christian Communities in Late Antiquity and the Middle Ages. Moche is an intriguing primal ancestor. First people, going back to Adam. His name suggests some sort of Semitic derivation, and his reputation as the founder of Cappadocians seems to hint at a foundation legend for the region that was older than the adoption of Greek myths. What else? Unfortunately, he remains completely obscure. Why is that? Philostrosius, in fact, knew so little about the legend that he could not match up the consonants and the vowels in order to make sense of the postulated etymological link between the city's name of Mochica and Mosoch's name. So he shrugged and invented a makeshift phonetic transfer. After the passage of time, the city was called Mochica, not Mosoch or Moche. They were hiding Moses in Mochica. They used Mochica as the first hijack and then changed that into Khazaria. Right? Now, this is what they're now calling Cappadocia, right? In our ancient maps, we see Cappadocia, which is also, you know, then you got Istanbul or Constantinople right next to it. All this in the region of Turkey, but this is originally here, just like Babylon is here, and Babel is here, and the Tower of Babel is being made right now. What do you think CERN's about? They're connecting again to the throne. They're trying to connect past, not even, they know they can't get past the firmament, but they're just trying to go past these vibrational layers, right? And then you're going to see this, go to this Dabu joint. I might go there first. For 3 minutes, he just drops about this other pole and this magnetic shifts. And this is what I'm saying. This is what go back to Worlds Beyond the Poles, and you'll see these poles are not what you think they are. It's not a ball with pole. It's a surface. Your stars can be reached by going straight. You can go straight far enough, uninterrupted, you're going to run into the stars. You don't go up to get to the stars. You can't get past the firmament. You go straight to get to the stars. So these people that know time travel and these people that know how to go straight, they can go straight. After about 40,000 kilometers, it's what's called a space loop. You go from one portal, you loop back into another portal. The sun is going, the sun loops back into another portal. Now you got Enoch, and that's the portals he's talking about. I see the stars coming in and out the portals. Space loop. Time, space. But you're not subject to it because your energy goes to Heya. They have to stay in that time-space loop. You go to Heya by nature. By virtue of your energy, of your actual genetic or energetic signature. Not all people have the same signature. We're going to find out which angels we are. You know what I'm saying? If you say Ham and the sons of Ham, you got to understand that they're also considering Ham Zeus. So what are you saying? Ham's an angel? Well, Poseidon is Zeus' son. Poseidon goes and sets up Atlantis, and he's the fallen angel Nephilim. You gotta really, you know, his father's Cronin. It's all twisted in the Greek mythology, but you gotta comb through it. They're talking about energy, man. So what energy are you? They don't even have Shem in Greek mythology. They got like Poseidon as Zeus' brother instead of his son, and sometimes he's his son. Then you got Pluto, which some say represented Shem as a governing planet. He governed the law, but then now Pluto's not even a planet no more. They kicked Pluto out. Just like they kicked the Negro out. Pluto is the Negro. Don't you get it? Didn't you wonder why they kicked Pluto out? He's governing the law. Most High got this place surrounded. So they're going to teach you what they teach you. Mosoch is an intriguing primal ancestor. His name suggests some sort of Semitic derivation, and his reputation as the founder of Cappadocians seems to hint at a foundational legend for the region that was older than the adoption of Greek myths. Unfortunately, he remained completely obscure. Philostrates, in fact, knew so little about the legend that he could not match up the consonants and the vowels in order to make sense of the postulated etymological link between the city's name of Mochica and Mosoch's name. So he shrugged and invented a makeshift phonetic transfer. After the passage of time, the city was called Mochica through a swerving, right? A hijack, a crossover. That's the hijack. In the latter Roman Empire, all that survive of whatever legends there may have been about Mosoch or Moche or Moses were his name. Do you remember the name Mosoch or do you remember the name Moses? So his name is in your conscience. It has survived. The Most High has made sure that, but you don't call it Mosche. And when you do, it goes back to Mosche and Mosoch. Mesachini, Mosochini. These were the languages. Through a swerving. In the later Roman Empire, all that survived of whatever legends, foundational legends, there may have been about Moses were his name, his reputation, and his obscure connection with the name of the city is obscure. People still ain't really connecting it. We're just now connecting it. Now you say to me, why am I so excited? Because it's still about the indigenous American tribe. And you'll see why. It says the myth of Moses, the founder, or Mosoch, the founder, was a lost memory. Why was it erased? Why was it destroyed? Why is it a lost memory? Do you know who you are? Okay, so you might be a part of this. So listen up. The myth of Moses, the founder, was a lost memory, a fragment of an abandoned past, a casualty of an adoption of what? Greek mythology. Or the imposition of what? Roman rule. Who we rule by today? Who's calling the shots in Rome? Roman rule erased foundation, legend, erased truth. Foundational legend is truth. It's the oral history. The oral history was destroyed by who? Roman rule. Or, here's the drop, the expansion of Christianity. When they came to your shores, did they not kill the foundational legends on your land and turn them into some myths and fables so that our brothers and sisters are looking us in the eye and the face and saying, you're a myth. Hebrew, you're a myth. Israel don't exist. Are you looking for titles or are you looking for the truth? If Zeus, Poseidon, so you're an angel too, but you have much more power because your power is coming from hell. So this power was, this great power of order was preserved in lineages of these offspring of this Ruach, right? But the Ruach really comes all through Heya. But you hijack it through fallen angel covenants and technology and everything else that they came and mixed in with. There's a certain seed that's not supposed to mix. It's supposed to be separate. It's not like some angels are just picking on some regular people. They're mixing in with the Most High's creation, his energy. They're mixing energies. It's not like they're bigger and better and better. They're mixing energies. You see what happened when we had our energy. Smiles told you that. The stories of Jacob and Judah fighting in those sacred texts, they're taking out 200, they're taking out armies one at a time. Judah told his dad, I got it today, and he went and slaughtered 200,000, 400,000 people. And then the next thing, Simeon jumped in and Naphtali jumped in and they did their thing and slaughtered hundreds of thousands by themselves. 2 people, 1 person. That's the energy you got, and that's why you're about to hear right here in this video. They understood when you started waking up, that's the end of this policy of you being able to do whatever you can do or whatever you want to do on their plantation. Now they got to put you in FEMA camps. Now they got to really step their game up and kill whoever ain't getting it yet. And the ones that are getting it should be making the exodus. But there will be a mass exodus. There will be a mass enlightenment when the mass of these Negro people leave the cities and go back into their neighborhoods. Zion. You understand? The wilderness. And you can come see these tribes there if you want to, but you see what happened last time in 1638 when the Maya booted these Spaniards out of here. Then they came back with their diseases. They didn't come back going head up. like soldiers, warriors. They came back with diseases, biological, chemical warfare. They weren't having that no more in the wilderness. They just got everybody sick and died. Okay? All right. And one more time. One more time for your mind. One more again. Oh, that's the part they cut off. I knew it was some more drop in there. Yeah, I clicked out of it, then I went back in. Now they won't let me see all the drop that I dropped. But you saw it last, you know, I don't got to go all the way through it. Yeah. But they still got this part up, which is what you need to research. And you can look at it again. This paragraph here. All of it, really. Read it all again. Alright. Then they started linking. And in the other part, you'll see it in part 1 and 2. That they're linking this city in Peru, this city in South America. They are linking, you know what I'm saying, that more in depth with Moses, Moche. So now you got a very interesting thing happening. You got these people that are in a city called Moses in Peru. All right, Columbus said he's coming to recapture Jerusalem. So he comes to America. Where does he go? Peru and Mexico. I mean, that's where they eventually ended up to get the holy city, right? We were in Mexico. We were in Peru fighting the Spaniards. We booted them out in 1638. They came back with chemicals. The same way they're spraying chemicals on us, but a little more subtly now. Poisoning our water the same way they poison our water then. But you see the communities that's getting hit on purpose by design, like Flint and many others are popping up now. It's the same thing. History is repeating itself. They're destroying Indians again. Vaccines are way more potent in black boys by about 400%, which means it's biologically created to destroy black boys, African Americans. Research it. Research what the CDC is really dropping on them. Research this vaccine course and how they're paying it out. Research what these chemtrails are doing. They got more potency against you. These are chemicals, sorcery. This is a concoction that was created for you again. But order is lifting you above it. And the further you are from order, the more affected you are going to be, you know, unfortunately, by this thing. So you got the Mochica languages in Peru that they're saying just went extinct 100 years ago. So you got Moses set up shop in Peru, but that makes sense if the Aztecs and the Mayas say that they were following this, they call them Balam Kitse, with the staff, and how he split open the waters for them to cross over the bridge of the ocean, underneath the ocean, and get to the other side. So you got the whole Red Cross story, all that stuff happening all right here. You got Moses in Peru. You got the Aztecs in Mexico. You first got them set up in the Four Corners as land, which is what, Utah, Colorado, you know, Arizona, New Mexico, right? So you got the Four Corners, which is literally connected to Mexico, which is connected to Peru. Moses, all that from the Four Corners to Mexico to Peru, same people. Now you see the migration pattern that this is Moche. What they're calling a Mosoch. And right here it says possibly the Moche, and cultures in South America, and now the now dead Mochica languages in Peru. And it says much of the modern Russia, of modern Georgia, and the Caucasus region, Huns, all this Huns and Khan and all this Genghis Khan stuff keeps popping up. Ancient Mazaka and Mozoch and Mosche and Mochica and Moshkava and Cappadocia. Moscow reflects the old name, possibly migration as far as South America. South America. The center of Atlantis, Peru. Cusco is the navel. You research Cusco, it's referred to as the navel of the earth. What is navel? What is a woman's navel? This is Mother Earth. What the Mother Earth's navel represent? Birth. But we're told our birthplace is in the other world. But the research says Cusco is the navel. Now you research how that's the center of Atlantis. And they're calling it that. That's your home. That's Jerusalem. And it all checks out in many different sources that are now substantiating. And I'm going to get on to this video now. I held you up long enough. For that, I'm going to kick this as a reminder to myself. Make sure we touch it. 1 second, my people. While I take some water break. I'm just going to put this up as a reminder. Daniel, the book of Daniel, somebody just send me that energy before I finish this, alright? I know you're like, I'm watching this later, but trust me, just send me the energy. Alright, we'll go King James, man, you know, come on. We'll go King James, Daniel 12, I think that's right. I might as well get it now, right? I knew you said that. Get it now, man. We ain't paying you. We ain't watching you to drink water. You just drinking your water on your own time. Oh, speaking of, everything always reminds me of something else, man. When I said you ain't paying me, it reminded me of something. Because we do have, hold up. I want to shout some people out right quick before I go on. I love the drop, man. As you can tell, I can't get enough of it. I'm also going to drop something out this book. Check it out. Get it yourself. You know, this is from the British Library, the National Library of the UK, holding over 150 million items in all known languages, formats, books, journals, newspapers, sound and music records, patents, maps, all that stuff. Over 25 million books are in this particular library, in the British Library. This is the historical collection in the British Library. This ain't play. And I got it a long time ago, and it seemed like they were throwing a lot of curves, so I put it down. Now that I get it a little deeper, I got a little more energy involved. You know, now that I got some energy in me, this makes way more sense. So I'm going to have this out to remind me too. I'll get this at the end though. I'll get this at the end. I want to give some love to a couple of people that signed up for Drop VIP. Drop VIP is just a $5 a month joint that it's a service. If you want to start getting, you know what I'm saying, your music tune and the vibration, you know what I'm saying, then we can help you do that. Or do it yourself for free. If you don't feel like it or you just want to support what we're doing, then you can sign up for Drop VIP. We tune 50 songs a month. So just, you know, you can send it, you can Dropbox, you can do all 50, you can do less, however you want to do it. You know, you could just do it and then say, I might have 10 songs this month, and then whatever. And then you might have more another month and just say, yo, King Drop, man, you know, last month I only did 15 of them. I'm supposed to get that 50 though. And I'm like, all right, man, hurry up, man. Let me tune this up, man. So if you want us doing it, shout out to Smiles. She's offered to, she emailed me that she got my back. So this is really going to start picking up now. I'm feeling, I'm going to start focusing on a lot more, but I want to give my brother Keith Sarton some love. Keith's been signed up, and I've been trying to communicate with Keith because he hasn't started his package yet. So Keith, you're paying me, so let me get you going, man. I'm gonna send you the link one more time, man, to Dropbox. Please just start Dropboxing me music, and I'm gonna Dropbox it back in 432 hertz, just like that. You send me your song, then I send it back to you in 432 hertz via Dropbox. It's very simple, and yeah, you know, whenever you want it. So I think people are starting to want it now, which is a cool thing. We are getting this in the schools. We have a program called Frequency of Learning, where we are now giving them their own virtual classrooms and putting up videos of, you know, their own class videos. And if there's a math class, we put up instructional math videos. And we, you know, have a playlist. They choose their playlist. We have classical music. We have all kind of different music that they can choose from. And you can do one link for the whole school, or it can be each class has their own link, you know what I'm saying? So we're getting that out to classrooms. If you have some drop on classrooms or schools that, you know, we should reach out to, email us. Email me personally at music@432thedrop. Music@432thedrop. But love to Keith Sarton for signing up to Drop VIP. Love to Tiana Battle for signing up. Love to Styles by Nina. Nina's always dropping drop. You always see her leaving comments. So love to your sister. and I'll get on it. I'll get on it. I'll get on it. Right now, it's just me, but I think I got Smiles. She got my back, and then we can start really getting this popping, man. So come on, Smiles. We got people waiting now. We got to get to them, and I will get at you, Smiles. And I appreciate everybody for the love, and anybody else that wants to support what we're doing. That's how we like to do it. You know, nothing's free. So what we can do is offer this service. But by signing up anyway to drop VIP, you get 5 free songs. You know what I'm saying? So if you sign up right now, you go on the website, 432todrop.com. On the right-hand side, you'll see sign up, drop VIP, or you know, right when you first get there, you see this big, long, red rectangle thing. You can click on that too and sign up, and just to be a part of what we're doing. And we'll start tuning 5 songs, whatever songs you want every month for free. But if you want more, if you need your stuff tuned up in a hurry, you want to be in swag frequency all day long, bump it out your car, all this kind of stuff. Right now, you can do it out your phone. Pretty soon, we're going to have all kind of other little gadgets and connections, and that's what we do need help, you know what I'm saying, getting to, because it's a lot of products I want to get to, but you know how that is with all these patents and stuff. So, but we're getting there, and this is the beginning. But I really give some love to Styles by Nina, Keith Sarton, and Tiana Battle for you know, signing up for that Drop Music VIP, you know, extra package, whatever we call it on the site. You know what I'm saying? All right. And while I'm doing that, I might as well just drop this right quick because I don't want to forget nothing. So this is the book. Now just look at the title: An Inquiry into Distinctive Characteristics of the Aboriginal Race of America. An inquiry. So we're just going to pretend to try to see what this is, right? This is only an inquiry into the Aboriginal race of America. So when they tell you today you come from Africa, and in the British Museum they say you're just an inquiry, then that means it's a theory. They can't then tell you come from Africa when everything else is pointing to Asia and here. But we do have links in Asia. But this is our land. This is our heritage. This is our, you know what I'm saying, habitat by lot. By lot, all right, by the lot that was given by order. So I'm gonna hit this up real quick, cause yeah, you know, I got some things to do, as you can hear. So this is from page 17. Maybe you can read it yourself. Pause it, read it. Pause it, read it. All right, pause it, read it. Pause it. Let's start here. Pause it. Pause it. Pause it. You should get the whole page just like that. Alright, so I'm starting the second paragraph. The entire number of common words is said to be 104 between American languages and those of Asia and Australia. So when we say our family right now is mainly, you know, got links to Asia and Australia, well, here's some recommendation to say that the most of our languages, the languages they found here, link up the best to Asia and Australia. 40, again, the Australian people don't say they come from Africa, so don't play me. They're indigenous to that land. But we have some link, right? Asia and Australia, 43, only 43 words that they found in the Americas. When they found us and started researching in the British Library, they could only find 43 words in common with Europe per se. So when you have Asia, you have, I guess, you know, more central west, and then central east, and then west, I guess, would be Asia Minor. They're only finding however that goes, but the part of Europe, they're only finding 43 words. All right, now here's the kicker. Here's the drop. And 40, only 40 words. Less than Europe, less than Asia, less than Australia. Only 40 words with those of Africa. Right in the middle of your page. Only reason why I say that's drop is because it substantiates everything we're saying. That they're saying you came from Africa, which is the least likely place you came from. And the people that are really, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the Africa, the 2 F's, and you change that to an S, and you got Assyria. And that's what Lex is dropping right now. So it appears when they take their DNA test that a lot of them are tracing back to Assyria or Syria or Africa. Remember, that's just the title. That the indigenous people did not call the land Africa, so leave it alone. Don't get offended. That's their title for a land. right? So we have people being dropped all over the place. You got people being taken here, put there, taken there, like switching them around like the game, switching them around. But these particular languages, when you research the philology, what does it say? The entire number of common words is said to be 104 between American languages and those of Asia and Australia, 43 with those of Europe, and 40 with those of Africa, making a total of 170 words. But taking into account the mere coincidence that with some of these analogies may be reasonably explained, I would inquire in the language of the indigenous author whether these facts are sufficient to prove a connection between 400 dialects of America and the various languages of the Old World. So you want to connect over 400 dialects here, and out of those 400 dialects, you get 40 words. 40 words, 40, out of 400 dialects. So you're going to find some coincidences, which goes to say there's no connection. That's just a little drop. You dig on it. And I'll get Daniel last so I can go kick it with my baby, play with him or something, man. You know what I'm saying? He might be bored. Hang with his mama, get some bored, man. You know, he needs excitement. But I'm going to let this video drop. It's about like, the first one's 3 minutes. I'm going to play the longer one first. So that's for like 12 minutes. I'm going to handle that. I'll be back in 10 minutes. You stay tuned. I'm still here. I'm just on daddy daycare, man. You know, I promised the wife she would relax today. So that's what I'm trying to be good, man. I'm trying to teach y'all how to be married up in here, man. I mean, this is what we got to deal with now, you know. Since we got kicked out of our indigenous lifestyle, man. Us men got to do a lot more work than we used to have to do. Y'all all got to give me that. The men got to do way more work. You know, different ways, you know. We used to hunt and stuff, but now we got to do all this babies watching. Men didn't watch no babies back then. There's all kind of people watching the babies. Everybody was watching the babies. We had a village. It takes a village. Now we got it, man. We need to go back home, y'all, real talk. Daddy daycare, man. You know, I mean, I love my baby, man. Daddy, somebody out there feeling me. Somebody got to feel me. All right, this joint's called Serious. You're going to hear him start dropping Jesus. And I want you to pay attention to as many times as he dropped Jesus, does he ever drop the Creator? Does he ever... And God don't count. Remember, if Christians really cared about God, wouldn't they care about his name? So whose name do they call on? They call on the name of Jesus. God is not a name. They know it's a title. They all would admit that. So you say, well, what's God's name? Even if you say, I am that I am, they're like, okay. Okay, I am God. They can't get away from God just like they can't get away from Jesus, the name of Jesus. So if you're going to stick with Jesus, then call it correctly. You tell them that there was no J before the 17th century, they say, okay, all right, you're crazy. Jesus, all in the name of Jesus. There's no J. All in the name of Jesus. Okay. So then some of them, I hear some of these white